And it's extraordinary to think that, as you have expressed your skepticism, that at the same time, by virtue of the thousands of emails that we have looked at as a result of the hacking into the East Anglia University CRU, that there was an absolute effort to cover up, to manipulate the data. We discover now that data going back decades has been thrown away, that data recording global temperatures. It's extraordinary, the depth and the sweep of this scandal, and the fact that this administration, the Democratic leadership in Congress, the national liberal media is seemingly hell-bent on avoiding it.
Well, they are, and they try to act like it's not happening. You know, we sent, in fact, we'll announce it here on this show, that we have officially sent the letter now. We sent an email to Barbara Boxer, the chairman of the committee, that certainly we need to investigate this for a number of reasons that we haven't talked about. One is that the whole endangerment finding, this is kind of a complicated subject, but the idea that the EPA could be in a position to have an endangerment finding so that they could, lawsuits could take place, or that regulations based on the Clean Air Act could take place and try to accomplish what they cannot accomplish with the legitimately going through the legislature just through regulations. Now we find out that this proposed endangerment finding is based on the science that has come from the IPCC, the same ones who are manipulating the science. So my feeling is that we need to back up and start all over again on this endangerment finding, if they want to do it, and base it on independent science. This is all we have asked for all along. And do you remember back in the very beginning, Lou, this Michael Mann, it was his hockey stick that was kind of started this. This is way back in the Kyoto days. And now, of course, that has been completely debunked. And by the way, I think it's under investigation too by Pennsylvania State University.
And by the way, I was unaware of that, Senator. We're gonna have to follow up on that. But let me quote from your letter, in which, as you said, you have called for an investigation, turning to Chairman Barbara Boxer on the Senate Committee on Environment and Public Works, saying, quote, "In short, the stakes involved are of major consequences, and so I respectfully request that you hold hearings to examine the suite of issues involved, including whether laws were broken, key studies compromised, proposed regulations undermined, and taxpayer-funded climate change research deliberately obscured or manipulated." Do you believe that Senator Boxer will honor your request?
I don't know, but we can tune in tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern Time, because that's when we're going to have a hearing. We will have Lisa Jackson, the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, as a witness, and I want to ask her some of these same questions as to how this relates to their progress in an endangerment finding, and the same thing that you and I are now talking about.